Introducing your co-hosts, Chedda Mike, Lil Mattress, and Dave. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit. Yeah.
Tell them.
Blocka.
Welcome back to 3-Piece and a Biscuit, episode 27.
27.
27.
Yes.
We say
missed
perfect
us.
game?
Perfect
game?
To me, it's the perfect game. 27 outs make up the game. You know what I'm saying? 9 innings, but I am the rideshare idiot, just a driver. What do I know?
Yes.
But if you are interested in knowing anything about the rideshare idiot, just a driver, hit me up at what am I? Just a driver, the rideshare idiot. JUSTADRYVER.
You are
That's
a
right,
superstar.
folks.
My co-hosts here, my co-superstars, this triumvirate.
Silent shit.
we slick it in a chicky blicky.
God damn it, my name is Chedda Mike. You can find me at Michael John at Chedda Mike. That's my Twitter. You can find us over here on YouTube, Google Plus, Steam Team.
Supreme.
And probably pretty soon on Simplecast, right? I'll trade the
Oh
information after.
shit, yes.
Let
Down
my
below.
man, Lil Mattress, go ahead and get that going.
Yeah, man. Lil Mattress at Lil Mattress on all social media, spelled LILMATTRESS. Hit up the store that I opened, man, for t-shirts and shit like that. WVPshop.com. Once again, with me saying that correctly, that was WVPshop.com, man. We out there, and we also in here. Hit us up on this hotline, man. 203-941-0045. This week on the comeback, we got a call, man, and this is a beauty. This is
Message.
a doozy. This is a message. So yeah, man, let's get straight to it.
Hey there, I just want to leave a message for them boys down there at the that damn Biscuit show there. My name's Glenn. I'm calling from El Paso. What I want to tell you boys, pretty much simple, watching what you talking about, that border, putting that wall up and such, like that their president done said he was going to do, but hadn't done yet. Where's that wall at, Mr. President? God damn it, you tell me you're going to put that wall up, but you're going to go and do it. You're going to keep talking and selling them goddamn steaks. You goddamn... Oh, I'm sorry, fellas. I'm sorry. I just got off on... I was going to tell you now, you're going to build a wall. Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to get me and my boys together. We're going to get up a whole bunch of liquor now, bottles now. We're going to drink all them up, and we're going to put them up one by one. We're going to stack them border high. 10-piece. All the way. Now, I'll do a 3-piece times 3 for you boys, because since you 3-piece biscuit boy. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to stack them high, 1,500 miles down, beer after beer, night after night. We're going to keep drinking. We're going to keep putting them down. Boy, I tell you what, well, that wall up in no time. Only thing is, we need our president to come in here and supply.
Whoop. And that's it, man. Glenn, I think you might have got a little too tipsy at the end and maybe hit the stop button by accident, but that's it.
Was that El Paso, Texas?
El Paso, Texas,
Man,
Glenn. But now, anyone else, listen to it again, because I was wondering if you said mistakes or stakes too. There was one part of it was a little unclear. So Glenn, let us know. Were stakes involved? Because he did say El Paso, Texas.
Texas
True, yeah,
does
he-
got a good steak, though. I will say
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, man, Glenn, we appreciate the call. 203-941-0045 is the number if you want to call or text if you don't want your beautiful voice to be heard, man. You can hit us up. And, of course, it is always free. So, gentlemen,
So to his question,
how do we feel about this wall?
So there's
Paul
been
Wall.
lack of conversation lately, but I mean, what I've heard is, rumor has it by 2020, the wall should have some sort of completion to it. Yes, the crowd.
Interesting.
The crowd goes wild. I don't know. Is it yays or nays? I don't know. Like we said before, let us know down below in the comments. Let us know what you think. But
Now, I'll say, because
Or what
I'm
you
not
see.
on point with the timeline, when is Trump's first 4 over?
2020, right?
Yeah,
Is
well,
it
the next
2020?
election, yeah.
2020.
So he might be trying it on the way out on
The
some
whole
like
talk is for because
finish
before
it
there
before I
was rumor
go.
of him not wanting to go for re-election, but obviously he wants to everything that he said, like his main shit that he wants to get done, he wants to have that done by the next.
Before the next election? Yeah, I can say. I mean, like I said,
see.
he's
I'm
in
gonna
his
file that
70s.
under NGH. Not gonna
It
happen.
sounds okay.
Not
It sounded
gonna
racial, but
happen.
okay, not gonna happen is fine. Yeah, I agree. It'd be huge for it to happen, and I'm not saying in terms of what each of them represent, but I honestly thought that Obama would never get the Obamacare thing done. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
one of those. Once again, I understand that they are two different
Yeah.
things, but
Like,
it was one of those.
or how
No,
about-
there's no way that he's gonna make everyone, and there's gonna be a and holy shit, it happened.
Or maybe
What
it's,
about-
it's gonna be something, but not what we expect. Like,
Well,
we were thinking of
well,
a
it
might not be
law.
that
The
tall.
big
Turns
power
out-
move, like you said, like everyone didn't think Obamacare. Like maybe there's that Trump card. You know what I'm saying? Where like he's got to be
Shut
known.
this shit down.
He's got to be known for something, and everyone keeps saying like there's two schools of thought. He's either gonna make America great again, or you know what I'm saying he's gonna be the one that leads us into
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that. I think that's kind of what
so what's gonna be
presidents.
his thing? Yeah,
I think
you
in
know?
the future presidents, they're going to want that thing.
Oh yeah, they all have it. You know what I'm saying? But now
They
see,
want
the
that
thing is,
stamp
though,
of like, hey, he's the one that did that.
Yeah,
you know?
historically though, I think that it was given to him after, but now even our presidents live in a day and age like the rest of us, where it's like during their term, be like, yo, I'm gonna be the one that's known for doing this. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
calling your shot as
This
opposed
is
to
my
being
shit.
like,
Leave my mark. Put your
Yeah.
stone on top of the mountain. If you're Moana.
Yeah.
I've been watching that shit too much. But I don't know. We'll see pretty soon here. Times are flying.
let us know
2018 feel like it's
anybody on the
flying by.
anybody on the
2019 will be
southern
interesting.
coast. Well, we're just over the halfway point. So anyone along the southern borders, let us know what you see.
South
You know what I'm
side?
saying? Or give us your idea. What would work?
Because that's the other thing too. I do agree on that. That's a good point. With by chance,
Big
if you
moats
live in
and
if you live
trenches
in the
with like
southwest,
sticks and stuff. Don't
Yeah.
a wall is
if you
just,
do live in
know,
the southwest,
not eco-friendly.
it isn't above anybody's thing to just start doing it and not telling anybody. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly,
It doesn't mean that
yeah.
they're necessarily going to be like, "Hey guys, starting the wall tomorrow in case you guys wanted to come and fuck it up." You know what I mean? They might just
sabotage
start
the whole
it.
fucking thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So, hey,
yeah.
man, anybody in the Southwest United States, man, hit us up, 203-941-0045. Let us know if there's, anything on the scene that's popping off that we might not know about, man.
Yes,
If shit is happening and we don't know, we would like to know and bring it to the, bring it to the
forefront.
bucket.
The tip of the spear. Let them know what's up. The tip
For
of the
real.
wall.
But yeah,
Tip
man,
of the top of the wall.
I wouldn't be
Help
surprised if Trump, because he has such an ego and because he's a billionaire that right now can't do what he wants to do,
Yeah.
I think that's got to
Yeah.
be a tough thing to transition into of like, I could do whatever I want to all day, every day, and now, it kind of funnels down into he's got to follow certain rules and do this shit. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 4 and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might punt.
I think, yeah, and the whole thing is to just make his name and his brand, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And maybe just realizing, like, long-term game, maybe he's just like, yo, I could fuck this up seriously. Like, let me just, hey,
who's-
Yeah.
Eric Jr., Ivanka, like, shore up, like, you know what I'm saying, the hotels in fucking Korea, you know what I'm saying? Whatever we could do,
Yep.
if we could
Who's to,
destabilize Iran a little bit and get your clothes in there, or,
If he's 4 and out, who's gonna take his place?
who knows? Right
I
now,
don't
that's
know.
where, right now, that's the flavor. That's what we kind of need to be getting into
Have
because there
y'all
are a
heard
list of-
about Hillary going again one more time?
That's,
around?
I mean, just to get the conservative bots riled up again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always going to be said. You
I
know
could
what I'm
those
see
saying?
that-
Russian bots.
I could see the Hillary Hail Mary. I really could because
No, I think she's done.
I hope. Believe me, I'm not
No,
fucking
here's-
like
She's
pushing
done,
for it.
but she don't know she's done.
No, yeah, no. There's look at the other thing that we didn't touch
Chicken
on,
with a head cut off.
but the lady in New York who's the Democratic socialist who knocked off the long time incumbent Democrat. You know what I'm saying? She took him over. You know what I'm saying? That was a big move. So I mean,
I don't see. I honestly, I see a full 6 more years of Trump.
Wow.
6 more years. Of
It'd be
Trump.
interesting. I also, of course, I go with the age as well of does he want to do this until he's almost 80?
Yeah,
like
but
is it
like you're
He's
like
gonna leave his mark.
you're saying,
More
and
gas
he
buster.
is there is, like I said, there's marks and trails being left behind
And erased.
you know.
and it's also, as anybody's seen with presidential photos of before and after, it's also severely taxing on the body.
Yeah,
like, listen,
I
Obama
know.
went in there youthful, young looking man
Yeah.
with a dark head of hair, and he walked out of there like
With a
He
man, baby.
No, and
he walked out of there like he never quit smoking. You know what I
No,
mean? He
yeah,
was like, ooh.
that. And I think he became a vampire. He even became lighter. He was light to begin with.
He's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
bloodsucker.
And then
I've
when
heard
he,
stories.
He did that Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, yep.
Crazy.
Which actually, not to get into, I heard a funny story about Sammy Sosa, and it was I don't know. He felt like he was maybe full of himself.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, he was. They were talking about why he did nothing with the Cubs anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's just because he felt that he deserved a statue. You know what I'm saying? He's got more home runs than
He
Ernie
deserves
Banks.
a
and
statue?
stuff.
He
Yeah.
means Rocky Balboa?
Yeah.
Climbing steps and shit?
He deserved a drug
He
test.
thinks he's
man.
Michael
know.
Jordan?
Like
Yeah.
that's what he's got to just be
Well,
thankful that like they turned the other way and they didn't
That's
drug test.
That's
me.
just like modern day politics.
Sammy
He didn't
Sosa
catch
have
me
his
at the
own
time, or it
restaurant?
wasn't illegal at the time.
Yep,
Does he have a
He's gotta.
franchise? Is he
He's
that
gotta.
big?
Yeah.
I mean, because if you ain't got your own restaurant, you don't deserve a statue. I mean, Michael Jordan, he got a steak. He got, restaurants up in the casinos. He got a statue. He
and
got rings.
and it's all a la
got
carte,
rings.
man. He's fucking making bank. Like, okay, yeah. You want to order a steak? Cool, that'd be $27. Oh, you wanted potatoes with that as well?
Yeah.
That's an extra $8.
How many
Oh, you wanted
accolades
butter? That's an extra.
does Sammy got? What's he hold records in?
None.
Besides changing.
He looks like the mouse that are fed to snakes. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of
shit.
Yeah.
Highlight reel right there.
Or something that came out of a lab. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
a
he does look
area
like a-
area.
yeah.
He looks like if
57.
you imagine like
He looks
spinning.
like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
It's
gone,
a project.
Gone to
Gone
Because
wrong.
don't forget,
powder.
because he went through. If you guys remember early Sammy Sosa, okay, he had
Sammy!
the
Sammo.
Jerry curl. All right, he had the Jerry curl, and he was like very very slim. Then he turned into like the bodybuilder.
There's a lawsuit
know?
I know going on. He has a lawsuit against someone or something.
Well, everybody's suing everybody.
Yeah, true.
Everybody's suing everybody.
Like the Wu-Tang.
Speaking of Wu-Tang, you guys see Jizz's show, Liquid Science?
Oh, I saw a couple episodes. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Cool. Yeah,
Wasn't bad.
What is that featured
tough
on
to catch
Netflix?
up on.
No,
It's on
Netflix, yeah,
right?
Netflix. Yep.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to the-
pretty cool if you have
to
the
the J.
chance. Let
the
us
G.
know because it'll fit in some of the other stuff. But there's some conspiracy, if you will, type stuff.
Yep.
Something that maybe you want us to touch on. Give us a call.
Of a Wu?
Well, no, on that show, you know what I'm saying. It might make someone be like, "Hey, well, wonder what the guys in the bucket think about that."
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
We know to talk the woo with the woo-woo. Crazy woo-woo talk. Any subject we want to start off with today? And this 3-piece extravaganza?
We went Wall Trump. I mean, it's been a minute, but in Helsinki, Trump and Putin met. What do you think?
Yeah, Vladdy.
Shout out
you
to the
guys
powers that be. Nuclear, can we see? I don't know what that means, but hopefully we unite to form a better global awareness to the world. Shout out to the STEAM team. Come on, call us. We want to hear your thoughts. Google Plus, you too.
203-941-0045. That's a call
They've been
or text,
slacking.
and that is free. Yeah, man, I don't know what to think about it. Honestly, I'm kind of waiting for them to talk shit about each other, see if anything happens, because like when he went and met with Kim Jong, whoever his name
Yeah.
is, it was like Trump
AJ.
left and he was just like, ha ha ha, stupid American. I'm kind of waiting to see if that happens.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because Trump walked out of there like, did it, guys? They're gonna shut it down. Don't worry about it. No, it's all good. They're gonna
Yeah.
shut it down.
Done
And then,
deal.
like,
But then there was a
Then
the-
got
the
home and it
double
was like,
talk, you know what I'm
ooh.
saying? There was some double talk acknowledgement. But again, he's been double talking. So when he
Yep.
starts double talking about like some of the Putin stuff, like
Did y'all hear about the terabyte that Putin gave Trump with full of the top secret information that they had?
No, he hit him with the.
He gave him a little
SD card?
a little package of.
He said, "These are the tapes of my daughter pissing on you. You can have them. Mission complete, comrade."
I separated them in time.
Just know that I
yeah.
also have a copy.
Supposedly, when these two got together, they've traded some information, and the way in the article said it was that Trump pretty much explained that he's not going to tell him what he knows, but he'll take all the information that he wants to give. But Putin showed some favor in giving him like
He gave
2
him a
point
fucking
something
gave him a
terabyte.
soccer
He
ball.
gave him a soccer ball because, hey, your country didn't have the balls to play in mine. Here, go take this and play at home.
Actually, it was information on the uranium deal with all that
I think
stuff.
it was in the ball.
In the ball.
a
It had
mixture,
to be in the ball.
a mixture of a lot of how they say it was Trump colluding with Russia. It's actually going to show a lot of Democrats colluding with Russia.
I could
But
see that.
besides what you mentioned, that stuff might be the
Yeah.
pissing stuff might be in there too. But I think there might be some political shit as well.
Yep.
We'll see though.
I could see that. It'd be interesting because it always just felt like so. Just finger pointing was so hard that it always seemed like the whole point went 3 back at you, man. It just
Yeah.
seemed like no, you did it. Almost like get the heat off of me because I'm the one that really did it. You know, like it's
We got to make a shirt like that with the finger.
the middle finger.
Y'all saw the Time magazine where they morphed the faces together.
Yeah.
Was that
That was real.
That's okay.
Yeah. I sent that.
So it's like media is mixing up our thoughts,
Mixing up the
Oh yeah,
messages.
but it's all the time. You look at like one of the cool things about Time magazine. You used to subscribe.
I wonder though. Let us know your thoughts. We should maybe do a poll of our see what our questions.
The audience thinks.
Our total. How many viewers we got now on YouTube? A whopping 20 maybe.
Perhaps on a good
We're
day.
growing, baby.
Exactly, we're growing. But like we said, relatively soon, man, we're gonna have the option to just listen to the audio, and that I know that helps more than just having to sit in front of your computer or have your computer or smartphone on just on the YouTube, man. We're gonna have it as an audio only thing as well. But we're always gonna keep the YouTube channel alive.
If you want to see this beautiful mug ever again, of course.
True.
Shit.
But yeah, man, I don't know what's going to come out of it. I mean, I guess it's. Maybe keep your enemies close. You know,
It leads into
It's cool
the
that they're
next
not mad
thing.
at us?
It looks at the next. Well,
Two nuclear powers. Can they be friends?
well, because now
Deuce
the next
nuke.
thing is
Because then we got China on the other side, and they're
Well,
playing the game with Russia as well.
they've
and
always been doing that, but then you have right now the what just went out to Iran. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Iran shout out.
This tweet.
Don't threat
The
America.
tweet was in caps. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's yelling.
You know, and he did talk about how it can be very, very bad for the history of a people. But
Something that they've never seen before type shit.
yeah, but the interesting thing about it is Twitter is banned in Iran. So
Did you hear their response?
yeah, well, I heard a general response from the they just don't have a government. They have the government, and then they have like a supreme leader who handles like the religion and clans. It's like crazy.
Oh,
So
wow.
is that who you're talking about though?
Yeah,
yeah.
They're a defense ministry, but since 1979 was the last time America and Iran had any type of diplomacy. So now this heating up, but pretty much they said they shunned off his words, and they said that
They said, nah, B.
they said you could either the peace with Iran could be the mother of all peace, or it could be the mother of all wars if you choose.
Wow.
So pretty much they're not backing down, and then Trump's not backing down.
So can we get
He's trying to
like
do what he did to Kim Jong, kind of he's just playing the game of rattle the cage, see what people say.
can we get
What's
a
the worst that can happen?
Super Bowl pool of when World War III is gonna start? What do you think?
Well, or where
Y'all
it's
heard
going
of
to
the
trigger?
doomsday clock, right? Like 3
Yeah,
minutes to
it's
doomsday.
yeah. Every couple
Yep.
years it always goes up.
What
They
are
talk
we
about
now?
like
I think
it went
we're
up
like
30
3 or
no, it's
2.5 minutes.
Yeah. It's an increment.
According to this, now we're getting close.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but I mean, doesn't find it odd that Russia's got a little beef with Iran for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? Like, look up Bin Laden. And then for this meeting to take place, and then Trump to be like, "Yo, Iran," like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
there's
that I
definitely
spoke to-
there's a
a poop.
Game of Thrones being played right now. Definitely Game of Thrones being played.
Man, and we've been a bully forever. You know what I mean? Like
Stalin
we're
was,
always in like America is Wendy Williams. Like we are in everybody's fucking business for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
like
that's the
we've
truth.
always been. I mean, of course, excuse me. There is a reason behind it. It's money. It's oil. It's all. It's power. It's all that other stuff. But yeah, we're definitely like that person that I feel. I understand why everyone would just want to tell our government, like, yo, just fucking chill. Like, get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the fat girl at the club. Like, that just, it's not happening tonight, but just please, please, please.
I think a lot of people feel like that too, but a lot of people don't know how to say it. Or, like, a lot of people are afraid to actually show their ability to have some sort of
Spine?
right.
Yeah.
To say.
Some right to say, chill out.
But I want to
But
say,
that's the thing, because behind the scenes, you never know, like, because there's always the things that happen in public, and then you never know about the, behind the scenes secret SEAL teams and all that other shit. Like, oh, cool, yeah,
SEAL
you
Team
want to talk
6.
back? You might get clapped.
which happens a lot. Which happens a lot.
A lot of people committing suicide by shooting themselves in the head.
Oh yeah, we're a lot
Twice.
Of,
You know what I mean?
A lot of tyranny going out there. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I wanted to compare was Stalin the Russian leader back in the day?
Stalin was one. Stalin was.
Because I read an article. They try to compare Stalin to Putin, but like they were trying to explain how Stalin was like a fucking evil madman, and Putin is like an angel compared to Stalin type shit. Like the Russians are like so happy, and just in regards to nation leading, and then it also showed how with China, they don't have this type of system where we have, where their leader stays in power for indefinite.
They got the
Well, like I
judge
said, you're
type
talking about-
system where it's just A's and
So it's really interesting to see, because you were talking about how what Americans think. I think for the most part, Americans were pretty short-sighted. Like we don't see the long-term picture.
Well, no, but here's
We're instant.
To
We're
the,
like you're saying, we're the Wendy Williams quick rumors.
To the opposite.
We're not thinking
Well, to-
20 years down the road.
people don't say history. When you talk about Stalin, you have to talk about World War II, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like that's like, you know, was the big one, right? That's when we really put our foot down, and we weren't just a small country, right? We were like, you know,
that was a
yo,
business war.
I mean,
Dicks out.
you know, you look at it like when you really look at the war, like Hitler spread himself thin trying to attack Russia. If you look at the history of Russia, like Russia won that war. And
was
by
a
no
big
way
place
am
to
I trying
conquer.
to sympathize Russia, because I'm just saying, like, just landmass. Like, I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? I'm born over here. They're, you know, way over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but kind of think like, you know, they were the ones that, you know, supposedly found Hitler's body, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at like his amount of casualties and stuff, you know what I'm saying, more Germans and Russians died than, you know, Americans, French, you know what I'm saying, you know, so. But yeah, definitely evil guy, because he was a guy that, you know, took all the guns and everything, you know, but at the same time, he did save Russia from Germany. You know what I'm saying? Like, he set up camps out in like Siberia and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Russia's like huge, and a lot of Russia you can't live in. You know what I'm saying? But the Germans like had come in so hard that he sent people out into the fucking mountains and was just like, yo, you guys are the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you guys next hear a word, they may be trying to speak German to you guys. Like, you guys have to build industry and the farming and. You know, so at the same time, like, as cool as he was just like, going back to nationalism. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's how crazy it goes. You go from this one guy who can basically save a country to now we're just like, yo, you see what happens when you put a guy like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually they take your guns and they, you know what I'm saying? But I think because you have all of these countries, basically bullies on the block, and right at some point you got to protect your house, I guess.
But that's the thing. I do respect Putin in the sense of he had the speech, and I'm gonna paraphrase it, but he had talked about like, if somebody comes to Russia and you want to live in Russia, you learn Russian and you live how we live. And I wish that we would do more of the same here. I'm not talking about Mexicans coming in and shit like that. All I'm saying is like, listen, like, of course, people can speak more than one language, but like we don't have that in America. In America, we're so welcoming and we want to baby everybody and all that
of what
stuff.
You're saying, no, but let's say that again. When you said like when they talk about the Russian way, though, you know what I'm saying? That, like, is like, I guess that nationalistic approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, still communist. You know. So that's, you know, if you wanted to be that free dreamer and that business person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. There's still certain things you can't do there, though. You know what I mean?
Oh no,
like,
I'm not saying that they have the amount of
if you
freedom
come
that
here
we
and
do.
this is what you have to do. So it's like there's more to it.
I'm not talking to. I'm not saying that I want the United States to be Russia. I'm just saying I enjoy this statement of if you want to come here and you want to live here, stop trying to change everything. Except that we do live this certain way, which right now in America everything's being changed. Like I just got the new handbook for my job, page 18. All about how to treat transgenders and how, like, you can't literally even ask somebody if they're a male or a female, or you get fired. Like, it's fucked.
Wow.
And they can change whatever gender they want to every single day. If Tuesday they want to use the female bathroom, Wednesday they want to use the male bathroom, fine. You say anything, you're fired, not them. Like, we're caving to a lot of shit in America. Like, we are... Like it,
but
and
I come
and it's all because we don't want to offend anybody. But while we're letting everybody offend us, and I'm not singling out transgender. Like if you want to do, or perhaps if you have that in your head, do whatever you want to do. I'm completely accepting. There's a difference between accepting and then changing my entire way of life because you made a decision. Like I think that's.
Well, here part
too
of it,
much.
and I don't mean to play devil's advocate, but I would want to ask you, what part of, I guess, your job would having to ask them pertain? You know what I'm saying? Like pertain to
literally just meeting someone and saying hello. You know what I mean?
No,
like
I understand that, but I'm just saying. But like, I have never been curious enough to when I first meet somebody to say
it
like,
could be like his opinion. He possibly just thought someone was a man. And
okay, like a man walked into the female bathroom.
Like, excuse me,
that would be your
that's
reason
a
to
female
ask.
bathroom.
Yeah,
and then they
yeah,
could turn around and be like, "What'd you say?"
And they're so offended and could report me, and I would get in trouble, and I would get fired.
That's the type of situation I see.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I mean.
Exactly, like literally just saying like, "Oh, that's the women's bathroom."
And they get offended.
Boom, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, I it sucks, but then part of me would be like, you know, why does it kind of matter? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations where I really had to take a shit, and you know what I'm saying, went into the women's bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
I've definitely done that before too. But
so
and
if someone were to stop you and ask you, okay, you, the guy we know, saying, "What are you doing?" You're just like, "I know it's a women's bathroom. I have to take a shit." You know what I'm saying?
I understand that too,
Emergency.
but then there could also be the situation of you know, women in the bathroom, and then somebody who has all the natural characteristics of a man walks in the woman's
Yeah.
bathroom. Then that also can create conflict. And like I said, it's weird that so far the transgender community wins in every single aspect, and it shouldn't be a, you know, win-loss situation, but it's like everything is so, like, you know, that you can't ask anybody if their dog is a service dog
Yeah.
anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you literally can't
Well,
ask
no,
if
you
it's a
can,
service
though.
dog.
Yeah.
No, but you're
You
not.
can. What is
Of
your
course
dog
you
trained
can.
to
Like,
do?
you
No,
can
no,
do
no,
whatever
no.
you want to, but
No,
you're
no,
not
no, no.
supposed to.
Yes.
For-
What
for,
is your
like-
dog trained to do? That's the legal way. Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
ask the question. What is your dog trained to do?
I understand there's the can. You know what I mean? But it's
So do you want to ask the question?
no.
You just said
What
you
I'm
can't.
saying
That's
is,
the only question
I
you
know.
can ask.
Excuse me. Instead of
That's the only
can't,
question you can ask.
instead of can't, not supposed to. Like, it's literally a thing now, because that might cause
taboo.
somebody else more trauma. And it, like, believe me, dude. Like, I've looked
Yeah.
into this shit. It's
So
fucking
have I,
retarded.
though. Yeah, so have I, because of the Uber thing, like transporting people. I've
Yeah,
had
yeah.
dogs in my car, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, no, the question is what is your dog trained to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can, because if they're, the second you ask somebody about that, if they can't answer the question, they
Yeah, yeah.
have nothing to stand on. Nothing
yep.
to stand on, because there's only one. There's only it's a service animal or not.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional, whatever. That's all that is just for you at the end of the day. So you can, you know what, you want to be an
Yeah.
asshole, take up the doctor's time here. Yeah, you can have your fucking cat whenever you need. All
Yeah.
right. The truth of it is,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a service animal. You're right. You cannot just ask anybody, is this a service animal? You cannot. You can ask, is this animal trained to do anything? Okay, because
Yeah,
if it's
those
a
are two
service-
different things.
No, it's the same question.
It just
it's a
flips.
service
Yeah,
animal
it's
question.
a flip. It's
No, it's not, because a service animal is trained to provide a service.
It's a different way of
So
asking
is
the
it-
question.
yeah, it's a different way of asking the question.
I understand. That's good. There's more than one way to skin a cat or
yeah.
the dog, perhaps, to make sure what kind of
Service
services
dog.
they have. But I mean, that brings you back to the. I mean, at the end of the day, I think you as an employer should be able to have the right to have a question, just like he has the right to be offended. You know, I mean, this world's coming to shit, man.
I guess you know what it is, though. I think it's the company's fear of retaliation. So saying
Yes.
just don't do anything. Because end of the day, like, I mean, at what point, like, okay, so assuming so your job's in security, so like, at what point though are you really trying to secure the public? Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's an assault going on, like, you know, you're ready to get in there then, or are you ready
has to
to
secure
notify the
property, though,
authorities?
not the
I'm
public.
lucky that I don't work with the public. Like, that's one of the beauties of my job, is I don't work
Yeah.
with the public. I work in, you know, private area. And so what was the question then?
Well, no, so I don't know. You just threw me off by then. You're just like, well, actually, I don't.
Biscuit is
Yeah, yeah.
eaten, folks. Where's the gravy?
But yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I had another question. People talk about like what can you do at work, because the anthem thing came up again with Trump, because in sport news, you know, the Miami Dolphins announced that any players that didn't kneel for the anthem would serve up to a 4-game suspension. And then
Yeah.
Trump followed up with some more stuff about
They
first
shouldn't even
time,
be in the league,
No,
but
first
yeah, go
time
ahead.
should be first time should be a half a season. The second time should be the year, or no. First time's a year, and second time is you're banned from the league.
Wow. XFL coming up strong.
So but again, it came back to work relations, and the worst part about it is you have the union is just saying, like, we're not saying we disagree, we're just saying that you just don't go ahead and, you know, in this
Yeah.
particular business, you don't make this decision. You know what I'm saying? There happens to be like a labor union, so you just don't go ahead and
Yeah.
make rules like
Well,
this.
the thing, did they say? Do you know if Miami broke it down to how everyone is supposed to have the option to stay in the locker room? Is it if you stay in the locker room?
Oh,
you're
right. Are
done?
they
Is it-
penalizing them
because
too?
that's
Yeah.
the thing, is I did see some reports on, like, there are players planning to come on the field to kneel. Like, there's
Yeah.
players planning to do the whole, like, no, fuck you, you're not gonna be able to control me.
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
doing it anyway.
Yep.
That'd be interesting to look into. Is it like, because they're supposed to have that option of, we're gonna come out after the national anthem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like this football thing's gonna phase out slowly, just because people are gonna get tired of it.
I think if they just left the shit the fuck alone, that everybody would have been done with it already anyway.
Yeah, like,
Because
again,
that's the other thing too, is if you're the NFL, you don't have to film the people that are kneeling. Put it on fucking Carrie Underwood, whoever the fuck is singing the national anthem. Like, you don't have to film it. You have to. You don't have to give it any attention. It doesn't matter.
Just for the people
But then it falls under but the media won't report. You think that everything's fine, but the media won't report. You know,
And then they could just literally go, we're choosing not to give that any light. That's
Yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And but because the media will still report on it, it's just literally if the NFL didn't want to film it, they didn't have to.
yeah.
Because they can control what they film on their field. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. That's true. They
And
could
because
easily
it doesn't
span
fuck
the
up-
fans all standing
And because
there.
it doesn't fuck up the game. Like it hasn't ruined a play. Like Tom Brady hasn't been like, all right, 3rd down, everybody fucking kneel and let them know. Like that's
Yeah.
never happened. You know what I mean? It's never fucked up any aspect
That's
of
a
the
good
game.
idea, though. All right, guys.
That
4th
would be
down.
funny if Kaepernick came back, went through all the training, did everything, and it's like 1st down, boom, everyone kneels. Just
Or if
fucking
they just try to
Trump's head explodes and his Twitter goes on fire.
he tries to protest the QB kneel. No more
Can we
QB
just
kneel.
spike? Can we just spike?
Oh shit! The clock's running out for the NFL. We'll see what happens.
No, man, I think that they're like, eating their own tail. I think they're fucking themselves up
Yeah.
with like just doing so much of it where they could have just been like, either leave it alone, don't film it, or do what you want to do because it's not
Yeah.
fucking up the game. You
Well,
know?
they have their own issues that they're not addressing. That again, this was the easiest one to And again, you could say for whatever reason, Trump wanting to set an example. Trump bitter because he never got an NFL team, but he stirred this whole thing up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
this
yeah, he
really
definitely
was
did.
a
It is part of his
non-issue.
idea.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was Kaepernick getting a little buzz. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
don't want to say a little buzz. It was it was a big deal. But he really stirred it and broke it down and like kind of he tried to make it black or white and unfortunately really it kind of really isn't and.
yeah.
I don't know.
Even if
Maybe
he
a
did it
president's spot to
purposely,
say
that's
something,
how
but
it came across.
Yeah,
at the
well,
end
yeah,
of
it
the day,
just-
because
it-
of our country's ability to get so
yeah, but
radically racist
it
all of a
looks-
sudden when it comes to shit
Double
like
R.
that. So it went from football to Trump to that Ingram chick and LeBron. It's just any way to
Yep.
find a white person talking about a black player, they found a way to put it on the media
Yeah.
and make it put a shade under it.
And to
My-
get
my-
as
my-
far away from the actual issue as possible. I
Yeah.
think
that's
that's
always
another
the thing. That was the
happened. Yeah,
easiest.
yeah.
And again, but that's historically how it is, and now it's just everything falls into that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you bring something up, and it's just like, yeah, well, also this, and you never fix the first issue, and you want to talk about,
Yep.
The
compare
next.
it to something else.
Yes, yes.
So,
I agree.
What to do.
It's going to be
don't
an
know.
interesting season, though, because honestly, the players, and I'm not taking sides either way, and it all depends on how the players act. It all depends on how the coaches and the owners act. The players could fuck up this entire season, or the owners could fuck up this entire season, depending on how it goes.
Players could fuck up
especially
the
with
whole organization.
exactly, especially how it goes with deciding on how teams react to people kneeling and if people
Yeah.
do kneel. But this whole season could go real bad.
Yeah.
Like it could.
Yeah.
well, there's all. I mean, I don't know.
Because there's no unity when it comes to all the players. They don't all agree.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, there could be some form of on the same team. Your key players aren't meshing well. Because
Yeah.
one chooses one view and one's another view.
Exactly. The quarterback might want to kneel and the running back doesn't, and then that could cause, inner strife and
Yeah.
practice
and,
and all that other shit.
and actually, this ties very well with sports betting being legal now. You can easily see somebody being like, "Yeah,
Are they going to
You
kneel?
know?
Are they not going to kneel?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
fucking
man.
flip of the coin.
Easy money right there.
Wow.
I'll put
Yeah,
my
yeah,
money
that's a
on
good point.
Capper,
Money on the cap.
taking them all the way for the kneel.
yeah,
Long-term kneel.
Because that's the other thing, too. That's the other thing, too, is
Don't short the kneel.
I can't imagine that there's going to be many surprises once they get on the field. And I mean that between players and stuff like that. Like, I imagine that in the locker room, everyone knows what they're going to do.
I bet
Which-
there's only one or two players that are keeping a surprise.
Yeah, which
Like,
sucks
They think they're that
also
important.
because then you're not focused on the actual game. You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
stuff that distracts you from the game, and yeah, man, it's rough.
That's an easy thing to see when the player is actually not a team player.
I just, what would be a funny skit and a good skit is dressing up like a hillbilly and boom, football player gets hurt, people take a knee, and he loses his mind. Y'all want to take a knee?
I mean, it's strange how
It
taking
wouldn't
a
be
knee got
surpri-
turned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take 2 knees and you're praying. Get away.
no. Tell them.
Think about it.
It's dangerous
That
over
was-
here. 3-piece. It's hot. Watch
What was
it.
Hot in the
actually,
bucket.
not
Well,
even-
real quick, 203-941-0045, man. Hit us up. Call or text. It's always free, but I'm sorry.
No, speaking of NFL, who was I know we missed. I was trying to look it up. I thought it was
Art
a
Monk.
Buffalo Bill.
Who? Sorry.
Yo, you were so confident.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Usually,
That was like, you ever see the guy on Jeopardy where like they don't get out the full question? He's just like, "Brr, Art Monk.
No.
That's right.
no, there was the NFL player with the another
Lazy
assault
eye.
on the woman. And they talk about his handlers had something involved. But I don't know, another black
Wait,
guy.
You're not
the
talking about the-
player had
the-
was handling women.
Yeah, it was a another domestic situation. I thought he was on the Buffalo Bills, but I don't
Ah.
know. We'll look up. Means another happens all the time in the NFL.
Call those rough
Yep.
buffs.
So I don't know any other NFL. I mean, where we go?
I think
Trump,
the
Trump
NFL is officially on its knees.
Did you guys watch the home run derby?
I have not, but
I did
is
not.
it even important anymore? That's my question.
It's fun. To
Well,
watch.
I
Why
heard
not?
about the drama between, you're not supposed to throw
Fucking
the
up
next
the swing.
pitch until the other one lands. I heard about
Oh,
all that
really?
shit.
Yeah. I didn't
happened?
watch it.
Because
What's
the
rules on the pitcher.
well, apparently the rules are, which I mean, maybe they're just rules that aren't followed by absolutely anybody. Because it didn't seem like well, they made him do it, they didn't make him do it. But the guy that won, well, excuse me. Apparently the rules are when you hit the ball, there's not supposed to be another pitch thrown until that ball hits the ground, hits the home run, whatever.
Yeah.
And this dude, the guy that won, I don't know his name, but his father was pitching to him, and it was just
Bryce Harper.
and it was just throw, crack, just constant.
Oh, okay.
And he's the guy that won. So there was the little. I saw it on SportsCenter the next day. People were bitching about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, the man has a little bit of a head start. This is the dude that's been throwing him pitches his whole life.
Yeah.
For one. There's a little relationship there that he has. The other players don't.
Is this not a game of rule and law? Should we not stick to the rule and law?
Here's
Is
my
there
question.
not safety in the home run derby?
They have the fence in front of the pitcher.
What about in the spectators? The thousands of people in attendance?
And the people
No
that,
regard for them?
and the people that they let shag fly balls that should not be on the field.
No,
you know what I
absolutely
mean?
not.
So here's my question for the pitcher: do you get a certain for the batter, obviously? Do you get a certain amount of pitches, or are you allowed to wait to swing?
get
at only
20. No, you
strikes?
got
It's
your
just 20
pitches.
pitches.
Yeah.
20 straight pitches. If
Well,
the
no, I
pitcher's having a
heard
bad
this year
day
that they
and
went
those
to
pitches-
time.
Oh, really?
I heard
Okay.
this year
Well,
they went to time.
they're
and
always
said because-
switching it up, though. But yeah,
Because they said, like, remember back in the day, even on a video game, you get 10 outs. And an out is anything that's not a home run.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like, it's getting kind of whack. So you got 2 minutes to fucking hit as
Yeah.
many as you can. So
They
Then-
still went to the Golden Ball, too? I know once in a while they went to the
Moneyball?
Golden Ball,
No.
yeah.
there
Like,
might have been. I'm not sure. Like I said,
three-point
I
shootout?
didn't watch. I kind of got the cliff notes from ESPN. But
But I think when I was about to say, to answer that question, though, I think it is fun to watch, but it stopped being fun to watch when a lot of the guys you wanted to see in it weren't in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And part of me, not to say, sound hokey, but when they did switch it up, you know what I'm saying, it did make it harder to watch because at one point, like, you only had like two sides, and then they did a year where like guys got to pick the teams, you know what I'm saying? And
you think there would be anyone that would be interested in retired home run derby? Like
I
people-
think, well, here was what I was thinking.
like, all right,
because
Barry Bonds, you're done. Come back
here's
real
what-
quick because
here's
it
the
don't
thing.
matter if you're on juice.
Aaron Judge kind of is almost like a new rule. Aaron Judge of the Yankees. He had a horrible.
The
he
New York
he had a
Yankees?
yeah. He
Okay.
had a horrible. Not horrible, but his swing was definitely off for the second half of the season. Much of it was attributed to the home run derby, and everyone through the years always said like, oh yeah, your swing gets messed up.
Yeah.
playing wiffle
There's kind of been like
don't go swimming on game day.
10,
Remember that
15
shit.
minutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
They tried to say
I smell what you're cooking.
so
Piece of the biscuit.
I don't know, but to go back to what you were saying, I think it would be better for retired people because if the
Yes.
great players
Yep.
are saying, I don't want to risk injury, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
if it is about the fans, then I guess we may as well bring it back to
Bring
them.
it back to the fans that want
And
to see
give
the
them
greats.
something, to train for
Sure,
all year.
but-
Like, get Tony Gwynn back in there hitting
Tony
something.
Gwynn's dead, bro.
I mean, well, bring it back anyway. I was going to say Kirby Puckett, but I didn't know if he was dead,
dead too,
Yeah, man. Well, can you
Tony
tell how
Gwynn and
fucking
Kirby
old
Puckett
I
in the
am?
next video game.
Can you tell how
I
fucking-
think the
Well,
last thing
listen.
you owned was RBI baseball for
3.
Nintendo.
RBI 3. It was RBI 3.
Bases
But listen,
loaded.
all I know is that Frank Thomas is on TV trying to push some bullshit testosterone
yes.
pills. So bring him back.
Yeah.
He could definitely come back and do that.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it Seiko?
Yeah, it'd be tough to
I would
watch,
like to
man.
watch it. I would like to watch
You
it.
say that
I would
now.
like
You say
What
that
about,
now.
Ken Griffey? Come on
maybe.
now. Come on now.
But don't
We'd love
forget,
to watch that shit.
Ken Griffey
Right.
was an old man when he retired. But yeah, because
Who
then it
was,
might hurt, though. It can hurt. I don't know if
Who
you
was
want to
on
see your
Mariners as well? Was that Brett Buhner, the dude with the goat?
Jay Buhner.
Jay
Yeah,
Buhner.
Jay Buhner. But
Tomei?
Yeah, he could probably still whack. Albert Bell, I don't know if he could. Yeah.
Pujols just
Oh,
retired.
actually, let me switch it up. I mean,
Paul O'Neill.
going all back real quick. Paul O'Neill actually recently hit a home run at the Old Timers Day, so he could still swing it.
Nice.
But let me take it back to the 90s. Take it back to the old school. All right, you guys remember Color Me Bad? You guys hear about this one? I have to tell you guys. Brian Adams from Color Me Bad. Okay,
BA.
he was the slick dude. I don't know if you remember. If you guys remember the group, he was like kind of like that Vanilla Ice looking.
That was one of those where, like, for me, it was on the radio. I never saw them.
All right. You had to see them though, and then see what this dude looks like now. He went from literally looking like a Vanilla Ice to looking like who was the guy, Miss Fat Booty, Bubba Sparks, was it?
Oh wow.
Yeah. He went from like here actually.
I know the before, but I can't image the after. After image,
on,
I can't.
yeah.
I don't want to see the after.
Image.
But he
my
did
wrist.
something? There was a reason that he's in there?
Yeah, so you have to see the video, and you guys maybe we'll talk about. He shoves one of his band members off stage. Now the three are performing. Okay, here, take a look real quick. This is what he looked like back when the group first came out, and this is what he looked like when he got arrested.
see that.
Okay, now this
Oh,
man,
my.
you have to look, and this is a man that sings a song, "I Want to Sex You Up."
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like he had like the main vocals, you know.
Look like Butterbean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. So, but I could picture that this is being sung at like the county fair. Like I can't imagine
Yeah,
Color Me
yeah.
Bad being at the casino or at the XL
No, I know
Center.
what you're saying.
Like,
It's at the fucking
but if you
Goshen
watch the,
Fair.
if you watch the video though, right? It looks like for some reason he's off to the back while the group's performing, and then when they finish, one of the band members says "Thank you" or "Color Me Bad," and he walks out in almost like a I don't know the wrestler that it would be, but you remember Spike Dudley used to take, you know what I'm saying, like the biggest bumps, you know?
Yeah.
Well, this Brian
Mankind.
Adams shoves his band member, and like it's almost like he was waiting for it, but he was obviously not expecting it, but shoves him off the stage, like right as soon as the show finishes. So you know what I'm saying, imagine like we're finishing a show
Punk
and everything.
rock.
You know what I'm saying? You just announced like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, and we're 3 pieces and a biscuit, and I just come on shove you off stage. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
But the
you gotta
dude
watch
took
the
the bump?
video though.
He took the
hard.
Oh man.
Hard.
He don't
yeah.
like the pass. He's like, I don't hate that name.
Yeah, it
Don't
looked like
bring
the
that
old school,
name up.
like Bam Bam throwing Spike Dudley. Like, you know
He
what I'm
does
saying? It
look
looked
a little
like that.
Bam Bam.
Oh shit.
Now, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Damn.
can see it. Almost like one of the Dudleys, but like not Spike, but
Yeah.
like Bubba Ray Dudley or some
Exactly,
shit.
Yes.
Crazy.
So I don't know. I had to tell you guys about that. Like I said,
That's
that was,
wild.
You know,
Nobody
but-
wants to sex him up anymore. That's
No,
sad.
I know. Yeah, it went from like being a.
But I know what you're saying. Like
they're
they're probably playing like the Big E and shit like that, where you're like, yeah, it's cool. Like I'm sure you guys are still maybe making your money.
If you see
but
the video, if you see the footage, whoever's doing the holding their cell phone and taking a recording is obviously there's about 15, 20 feet before the crowd, and the crowd is maybe like 30 feet deep from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't say, but there's
Some
like, you know,
space.
maybe like 200 people, 300, you know, in that particular shot. But yeah, interesting. I don't know.
It's the hard knocks right
Poor
there.
Brian Adams. Poor, I feel bad for all those 90s groups, right?
yeah,
Yeah, some of them. I mean, some of them got a day job. Some don't.
That's
Yep.
the crazy part, right? Oh, more music news. Tekashi 6ix9ine, you guys here?
What happened?
I heard
You
about
heard?
it, but
Is it
I don't,
true, actually,
Yeah,
before we say
that's
it?
the thing.
No pictures yet. Supposedly pistol whipped in his own home, or just it was in New York.
They did the thing where they hit his car, he got out, boom. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay.
You do the accident and then they get
Yeah.
out, but then the people are talking about trolling, but then he did just drop a music video with Nicki Minaj that got 13 million plays in one day, so you're like, do you really need that attention? So it's one of those,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
But then,
PR stunt.
I don't know, because this happens a lot in hip hop is where yeah, you get that moment, and then there are the haters. You know what I'm saying? Where people
Yep,
come
yep.
and try to bust you off. Because what's his
Hater.
Busta Rhymes boy. There's a lot of people
Oh,
through the
Dirty.
years. You know what I'm saying? God, it goes on and on. Just
Shout
I
out.
don't know.
Shout out to the Busta Busta.
Senseless
Flip.
violence,
Oh.
but I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel,
man, I miss
feel
Busta
bad
Rhymes.
not feeling bad if something happened to.
Yeah.
He came back though. I don't know how successful
Busta
it was.
Rhymes?
Yeah. Yes,
I
you
heard-
didn't
I
hear
heard-
this? Like radio play came back. Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Let me ask you a
yes.
question. When?
Here, yes,
Because I'd like to
absolutely.
hear. I mean, don't play it obviously now, but
Oh, yeah,
He
no, we
sells
couldn't
his
play it.
dreadlocks piece by piece, like week by week.
say it again.
His dreads, his old dreads, he sells them like week by week.
Right.
That's
eBay
amazing.
type
On
shit.
eBay.
On
One
eBay.
lock.
One lock at a time.
Yeah. I mean, no, I definitely could have missed it because I
Yeah, look at
I
me now.
cannot
Give it to. There were like 2 or 3 singles. Like they were really trying to push him. They were trying to push him on the younger crowds. You know?
Yeah.
I've heard "Look at Me Now," but I'm talking. That's like
Is that it
6
then?
years ago.
That's a while back.
No,
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on
yeah.
then. Let's see.
Because now he's still trying to push what's his Papoose, and he got married to Rodiga.
No, it's a Remy Ma.
Remy Ma, Rodiga, they all the fucking. I'm just joking. You not all the same. You unique in your own way.
Exactly, unique in your own way. Boom.
Unique New York, 3 times fast if you can. Alright.
That's
Surprise for you.
amazing.
Unique New York.
So maybe I thought it was so. There was a 2016 thing. There was the Return of the Dragon. But I thought it was this last. I thought it was just last summer. Maybe he had an appearance on something.
Yeah, honestly, he might have, and I missed it because like I said, I really am.
46 years old though. You look at it like that's.
Wow.
How
Thinking
was
of-
Diddy though? Because you know if you're someone fucking with Diddy, Diddy fucking you.
Bars.
Where's
How old is Diddy?
Oh, guys, in other news, France won the World Cup. But go ahead.
Viva la France! Oui.
I'm not
Once
sure.
again, shout out to the
Let's
Steam
see.
team and the Google Plus squad after we find out Diddy's age, because you know.
I'm gonna have
age-
to go DYOR on that because of the relevance in it. right
Dior,
now.
baby.
48.
Do that
Okay,
Dior.
cool.
Yeah, man. And once again, if you got any questions, and you know how you have your own podcast, hit us up and let us know about your podcast if you want to. 203-941-0045, man. Call or text. Leave that message. Leave that text. Let us know what the bruck is going on, man. What else we got up in here?
I want to talk about this one. Yo, Google Translate. And when you go to Google Translator on the internet, Google Translator, type in dog 22 times, hit enter, and see what pops up. They start talking about fucking apocalyptic shit in the end times.
Really?
Type in dog 12 or 13 times, and it brings up more messages about the end of the times in the world, like AI taking over or fucking Google.
I didn't even know what is Google Translate. I never.
So it's where
Yeah.
you go to they have all the languages, and you could type in anything in English, and then you can convert it over to whatever language. You could just look it up, and I think it's a certain language, but for the word dog, but you type in dog 22 times, hit
Huh.
enter, and you get a very cryptic, creepy fucking message from
That's
Google
wild.
Translator.
Well, only because I don't want any of. I have to do it at work because I don't want to sacrifice my personal computer. But yeah, I guess interesting to whoever had
It
the time
is.
to sit down and type dog 22
Right?
Right,
Who the
you
fuck
get- that's
knows?
exactly-
What happens
yeah,
if you
that's what I
type
was like,
cat
who
22 times?
Well, it's time to find out. We'll find out. Not today though.
That's crazy. Now, do they mention anything about when?
No, but
think it's
the
a Thursday.
developers of Google said it was due to because their system picks up a lot of different linguistics and conversations.
A lot of chatter on the
across
line.
the
Got a lot of
world,
chatter on the
and
line.
they
Lot of
think
chatty
it's some
patties.
sort of bug. But we all know that's not true.
Exactly. That's it. Like, there's no
No, that's not true.
a bug
think
would be
it's,
like it's saying some nonsense stuff, not like a fully thought out. This is how the world's gonna end situation.
I think we've already been given the precursor to how this AI doomsday is going to approach us.
Speak on it, Odelay.
Wow, we'll see. Artificial intelligence, some say it's going
AI?
to take over mankind, enslave us. What do you think?
203-941-0045.
Let us know what you think.
Well,
Tinfoil hat, is
the
it
man
needed?
that's supposed to be at the forefront of it is fucking up right now.
Elon?
Talk about Musk.
Elon Musk. Some people think Elon Musk is a fraud. Dude's been kind of just his ventures have been going down, plummeting lately. He's tweeting
plummet.
some weird shit to people, calling
Been
them
exposed. Yeah.
pedophiles.
Yeah,
Last
man.
episode called
Dude's
them out.
having a little meltdown, or maybe he's just in his unique way of not giving a fuck what people think about him. But he's
White privilege?
He's so smart that he's not aware that when he speaks, he could fuck up his whole career.
Yes.
I think he knows. He's entitled.
He's entitled.
He's been like I said. I give him credit for some of what he accomplished, but he's what he used to say, selected. He's
Not
put in the-
elected.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
yeah.
that pussy's getting him going a little crazy. We'll see what happens.
Bro, I've spoke about this, I think, in like episode 7. I told you, like, he's not prepared for the amount and the quality of
Yeah.
pussy that is
Yeah.
going to be
you get that
upon
smart
him.
geek, and then he start
It's
busting
not-
his load all of a sudden on some other shit.
Bro,
and
it-
he ain't thinking right.
Exactly. Like
He ain't thinking right.
he's been a geek making this stuff his whole life. Like, I don't know, his younger years. I'm not saying that he was a virgin for a while. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, like, with the billions of dollars, that quality and that quantity of pussy that is upon this gentleman, it's
Yes.
tough, man.
After his
gotta be
tweet
tough.
when he said that the possible Thai the Thai guy that found these kids After his tweet saying that he
Oh,
was a
and be
pedophile,
mine.
his stock of Tesla went down like $2 billion.
Yeah.
And I was researching something. Someone did the math. His company is losing $500,000 an hour, and he's been
Whoa.
reaching out to his investors trying to get cutbacks. And he's putting tweets out about saying, "I could build a Tesla in a tent. I don't need a building." Like he's trying to cut back on money hardcore.
Oh.
So he's having a downtime.
He's
but
trying to stop the flood.
You have a little. You realize he's not Tony Stark.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things
That's
that
what he's
like
missing,
I
the
saw
suit.
before you got into the argument with was it one of the scuba divers or just a gentleman that was there to help? But
Well, I
regardless
think
of-
it was. Well, okay, no, finish that because I thought there was something else where
yeah,
I
it was.
know where the slight came from. Go
I
ahead.
thought
he
he
was going to try to help, save
Right,
people.
yeah.
But his idea was like a mini submarine,
Right,
and,
right,
and
right.
they just tried to tell him like, yeah, there's no room for that. No matter how mini your submarine
Yeah.
is, there's no room for that. And then like he got really mad and clapped back with like, you're a pedophile, you're
Yes,
blah blah. And it was
okay.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. That's what I was.
Like it didn't need to be that serious. All we're telling you is like,
That
there's no
fast.
room for your mini sub. We cannot fit people in your mini sub.
Yeah.
And there's parts in here where we have to actually get out of the water, walk on land, take off our packs, then get back in the
Yeah.
water, put them back. Like it was just,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he was
Very
talking about
poor,
like
selfish
rescuing one
plug.
at a time, and
It was a weird. It was an odd representation.
So we'll see where that goes. Elon and his
I mean,
ventures.
regardless, even if he, dumps everything, he can still make buku bucks making speeches.
Yeah.
People will pay to hear him talk. For,
But that's
for a
another
while.
thing with him right now with his cars. His cars are having issues. They've been killing more people, and
Yeah, man.
so he's got a lot on his plate.
I feel you, and that's one thing that I think eventually people are gonna have to start weighing is the whole like.
His, that's what it is. His Tesla battery keeps firing up on people. Fucking burning it. It keeps just burning up.
Bernadette.
Speaking of burning up, laser guns.
laser guns. Yeah, China announced that they had a laser rifle with the ability to carbonate the human skin or flesh.
Did we get to? Did we get a visual of carbonated skin?
It looks like when you shake up soda.
Oh, okay. So your skin fizzes and it tastes good with ice cubes.
Possibly. It depends on the palate, and it could be an acquired
Ask Hillary. That's a callback, guys.
That's a Kuru.
taste. Yes.
Shout out to the Kuru clan.
Yes. But again, China's got to always be up to something, right?
China is sneaky.
That's a T-shirt.
they got it.
China is always up to something.
Sneaky China.
Now,
Sneaky
do you know
China.
any details on it? Is it a like you pull the trigger and a part of a laser shoots, or is it like you just hold and it's like a laser pen?
Gotcha.
Is it just is it a
I
is it
don't.
just
yeah.
a beam the whole time?
Just
you know?
talked about the capability of it, what it can do. But I would think that it's like an on-off. If they're calling it a rifle, I think that it would have the properties of a trigger, squeeze trigger, release this laser, you know what I'm saying, and then stop
Yeah.
laser. Because there's no sense in getting in the laser business if you can't shut it off. You know what I'm saying?
Bars.
Like that's like. That'd be kind of cool though. I guess you'd have to always point it in one direction, but be like,
Well-
"Yo, fuck with me," and I'll fuck you.
I feel like
Yeah.
I think it'd be a lot
You
of
think
people
the earth is
fucking
flat,
themselves
mother-
up. You know what I mean?
You know
There'd be
how
a
when
lot
you
of people
watch the
fucking
movies
themselves
and the
up.
laser beams, but there's always like a way, or maybe there's like some material where it reflects off something, and the laser beam goes in all different places.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
The
that
mirror.
gonna be like the new armor?
Well, that-
for
yeah,
this
well,
laser
here,
wars,
but-
shooting people. And just bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
And that's where Kanye West comes in because you know he would design that shit. Yo, all mirror,
He
all
already
mirror
has it.
armor.
But to successful answer your question,
man.
I think it's no, because if a laser, I mean, think about it. If we made this super weapon and the way to save yourself was a mirror, you know what I'm saying? Like if we got to say, there's gonna be more to saving yourself from a fucking laser than a mirror.
Yep.
I'm just, I don't mean to.
No, I
I'm just,
know.
I just think if it's got that kind of power.
Movie magic
I
and
know.
Star Wars, like,
Do you know once the laser thing gets put out to the public, how many people are going to be promoting this mirror and?
Well, I read this article back in the days, like a couple years ago when I was in the military, and it was a space program and their space weapons, and they've been having shit out like this for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mirrors?
in the '60s.
Those space,
mirrors,
those space mirrors have been out there for a minute.
So all these weapons, you gotta assume
Well,
at least 20
the
years
CIA
ago.
had supposedly had the I think it was a pen, was it? The laser or the heart attack ray.
Okay.
There's the heart
I think I
attack
heard
ray
about
where
this.
they can, where it was designed to be, and also I guess penetrating an automobile was, I don't know if it was his last test, but that was that's as far as I could take you. You got to go the rest of the way. It's
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
murky.
I believe
What do
it.
you-
York-
No, yeah, I'm not denying it in no type
Yeah.
of way, but the outcome to it, like
When
laser
the
gun
science breaks things down and with frequencies and vibrations,
absolutely.
motherfuckers be shitting the pants by pushing
That's
a
why I
button.
say,
Yeah, that
like,
brown note.
That's why I say you get people can panic about the whole gun thing, but I'm telling you, it's going to be this electronic. It's
Yeah,
going
it's
to
gonna
be
be
an
in your
EMP.
brain.
It's going to be
Yeah, that
a
EMP.
frequency that you know what I'm saying, where it's
Get you down.
Yo, honestly, I don't think the world is ready for their cell phone not to work. Like, it's just, bro, if that shit ever happens, like, that's going to be, regardless of, people are going to have to get food and shit like that, just as soon as your cell phone doesn't work, you're not going to know what the fuck to do. Like, it's going to be,
Start looking back up to the stars and shit.
start following the sun.
Start following the sun. Long Earth. Learn
Yeah,
about it.
because I feel you on that. Like, it's not, people are going to be bitching about guns and all that other stuff, and then, boom, as soon as your cell phone doesn't work, it's, we don't know what the fuck to do.
That's it. Yeah, everyone's gonna come mount up with their guns and everything, and this like tank's gonna come out with a speaker.
Putin's
You're gonna
getting
be
back on
shooting.
the horse without his shirt on.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
What do you think we would see in the future? Closest time frame to that ever happening? You think?
Of what? Of that happening?
Of some sort of
It would take
grid
what-
lockdown,
whatever-
power down, not just cell phones.
Well, it did happen once, and I think the government's denying when it happened that it happened. But I think it happened about almost 20 years ago, where the whole Northeast, all the way up into Michigan, had lost power. I don't know if you guys remember that. So I think it's close. I think that maybe it was kind of like tested, like the impact zone, saying
Yep.
like, okay, like we kind of
Yeah.
know how much it.
Like they
What
said
we can
something like what, more than 70% of the population would die off in like a matter of like a month or 2 months if they lost
I
power.
could see it.
Oh, like for like ever? Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
the
let's just
disabled
say
pe-
for like
everyone-
1 month,
Yeah.
the whole nation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole world. Fuck it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, because
no.
if it's gonna be like that, I don't see how one nation.
So here's the thing.
I do
Could
because
have
there
power.
could be an attack. It could, it could be an attack. Like, say Elon Musk goes bad, and what he does is he decides to make whatever EMP bomb that he can, and it's not strong enough to do worldwide. He's just gonna do it in fucking New York, and you know what I mean? Yeah, that shit could be.
But the
busy.
internet's connected, so I mean that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't it hit everything? It's like saying if I was gonna give you a fucking injection into your hand, disease is gonna spread to your whole body. It's not just gonna stop at your hand.
Well, I think part of that would be assuming where the power
I'm just not
reaches.
sure if I'm understanding
yeah,
the
no,
internet
no, yeah.
correctly and
No,
how it works.
Well, but I'm saying the access to power. No, like sort of like kind of like blasting it from the
I think if you wanted to wipe out the most of the internet possible, then you'd have to do it in California. You know what I mean? 'Cause we're in Silicon Valley, shit like that.
Yeah,
That's where
yeah.
you would hit. Like if you dropped Google, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But to try to explain it, it would almost be like just because the internet's not working in my house doesn't mean that's not working at your house. Like, I think then you'd have to go to like the
Power.
to the power.
That's what I'm talking about more. No power, so no access to the. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think the
That's
internet
what-
will
that's
always
where-
be
yeah.
there as long as
You
you have
can't
electricity,
access
though.
it,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You need electricity first in the device, and then
So that's
your
what I'm
own
saying.
Wi-Fi stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
John
do you
Wilkes
think
truth.
there's gonna be a time where that,
Very, very
where that,
possible.
where
and-
that, or where the, I mean, already the access to power you got to pay for. I mean, but is there gonna be that where it's like, we're not giving you power unless you do, so, like. You won't,
like a
money
credits.
won't get you this power anymore. Now it's
Right.
you got to follow this
Now you
certain
gotta
doctrine.
shake that ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That might be the new terrorism. You know what I mean? Instead of killing people, fucking knock out. I mean, bro, the last, regardless of what it was, who planned it, if it was us, if we knew about it or whatever, the last terrorist strike, fucking 9/11 was, not in a word genius, but like, listen, they killed 3,000 of our people, and we're still going through it. You know what I mean? Like, we're still wasting money. We're still overseas. We still like, bro, they won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whoever it was, whether it was us, self-inflicted
no,
wound,
exactly.
whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
exactly. No,
they
yeah.
won. Like,
They definitely won.
yeah,
If we had to put they in parentheses, they are kicking
whoever
ass.
they is, they definitely won. So I mean, but that, like I said, that could be the new.
But they are also scared of Trump and Putin getting together
John Wilkes,
because these are two people that are going against the whole,
trying to buck the
world
system.
government.
Yeah.
They're not for it. They're against it. But we'll see. We'll see. We shall
If
see.
let me pose a question because it just popped up in my head. If Trump got assassinated, how do you think he goes down?
On a cheeseburger.
I said this before. If it's gonna be an assassination, it's gonna be one of those like really they're gonna leave you scratching your head type shit. Like, is he even really dead? Like, people think that it's gonna be some sort of fake death type shit. Like
Trump and
Elvis,
Tupac.
he dies on the toilet.
Or like Osama bin Laden. No one's ever seen the body or any report or anything.
yeah.
They just take, it's just okay. We're just gonna say this happened real quick. No one's ever seen that body.
Yeah.
There's no reports on it. So.
Yep. Because there's
Or
the whole,
true
with
links,
the
though,
whole
know?
JFK thing and all that, and like when people get too close to the sun, they get burnt type of thing.
Exactly.
With
Icarus.
but that's the thing is, I don't know Trump's plan. Obviously, I don't know what his if he's just out there trying to stop the one world government, and maybe the people that pull the strings are like, yeah, we wait 4 years, we're good, we get back on track.
I think
don't know.
with Trump, you know how like flag football or something, when someone's setting up the field and they can't play, but they're setting up the game for them later on. Like I kind of see that, like he's kind of setting the guidelines, like the sidelines, and he knows what's in bounds and out of bounds, so that when he gets out, he knows pretty much.
That's what. To that note, I think that when he's out of office,
Marginalized.
a lot of these presidents that go on these book tours and speaking tours, I think he will be very different. I think that, what I'm saying, if given the opportunity and he, survives it, which I think he will. I don't think he's gonna, if anything, he has, the supposed heart attack. But I think that he is setting the game up again to keep winning and really winning only for himself. You know
I
what I'm saying?
wonder how it will work out, because the media right now is so negative towards him. So when he's done, I wonder if they flip back to the old.
I think you would have to see
light,
good, and I think
limelight.
overall there's not. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
I think it's
see.
not.
We'll see. There's a lot of stuff that this man has done that the media has chosen not to cover. Like I said before, this dude's put away a lot of evil people already. They do a lot of horrible things.
Do your own research though, because like I said, I did mine on that, and it's not the source is not accurate.
Oh,
there
was it?
is some, but it's not to the not to the claim, not to the number.
So what
And most
So
of the
which
numbers, as far as the people being locked up, the pedophilia rings, a lot of that stuff, believe it or not, I'm not saying this to give him credit, but all those plans started under the Obama administration. All happened during his first month when he wasn't. These were all like a lot of plans were executed. Like last plans were still, obviously in the works. Just because Trump won on November, whatever, didn't mean that everything that Obama had up until January 17th wasn't going to take into effect. Not giving Obama that credit, but I'm saying that there's. Again, have to do your own research, because every president attempts to do
Obama
good.
talked about occupying Wall Street, and then he got everyone riled up, and then he said, well, it's not about the past, it's about the future, and then he dropped that. So, I mean, no offense to Obama. He sets up something in front of you, but behind scenes, he's fucking...
Yeah, I do.
Fucking
In
little
no
boys
way,
in
in
the
no
butt.
way am I crediting anything to him. You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying? I
hear
think
you, I
every
hear you.
president comes out with the intention of doing good, and then it's an interpretation. But for some reason, I don't believe that there's any good intention in Donald Trump. So.
All right, well, there's one opinion of the three-piece and the biscuit. I, on the other hand, think he's been doing a great job so far. I look forward to the next 6 years of this man in office and everything that he puts towards the American dream. Tippity top of that wall.
I'm glad
Who
that I'm
knows?
alive to witness it, man. I think that we live in such a cool fucking time right now. Whether it's good or bad, I
Totally
don't know. I
exciting, yeah.
think we can figure that out later. Perhaps 2020 vision on the back end. But I'm so happy that I'm alive to witness it and what's going on right now. Because even early in your life, if you said like, "Hey, a celebrity is going to be president," a businessman as well, but a celebrity is going to be president, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yes.
And now that it's
Somebody
coming
would've
true,
said-
and then I think the next one is going to be such a ridiculous circus, and of course it'll get whittled down, and you'll come down to the people who can actually.
They're going to blame Russia for whatever happens with the election, so it doesn't matter. That's the whole
Yeah.
scapegoat already.
No, but I just mean
No,
the
but
people that are going to
did
run.
You heard Trump acknowledge it, though.
Okay.
All right, you do
And
know
what
that there were
what's a
12.
Putin,
You
right?
do know, and you do
What
know
did
about the
Putin
12
say?
indictments.
No, tell me more.
Well, do your own research then, because this is
No,
other
this
stuff.
is-
This
this
is
is exciting
incriminating
stuff
stuff. So first of all, there were 12 Russians that were indicted. Everybody, even in America, you had to laugh, and Russians were laughing because there's no way that the Russian government was going to extradite these people to, to the American,
Yeah.
to charge them. So it's kind of like, it was almost like, ha ha, and then Putin's just like, yeah, what are you going to do? Come and get him? It's kind of like a Snowden thing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you
Yeah.
want him? Come and get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so you have that. You do have the infiltration of the lady with the NRA talking about using sex with Elon Musk losing his mind.
Yep.
There was a Russian spy who was sexing up the NRA. You know what I'm saying? At the national prayer events and stuff. So, I mean, we can't necessarily turn the blind eye unless you want to talk about some of these stuff is just casualties in the success that he has, but there's some truth that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like the proposed Russia gate, it's not a Russia gate. It's a real thing. If you enter the gates, you can see all of the information that,
I see. I
so
guess
it
that's
is
going to
real.
boil down to each
It is
American's
real.
own opinion, though, because I disagree with you.
Because you have to watch it. When you watch the president's words coming out, talking about it,
No, I hear you. I personally think that Trump won on his own accord still.
And I still think it all comes down to people's definition of hacking. You know what I mean? And people's definition of, how it affected
that's what I'm saying,
the vote.
because it leads back to the earlier thing about the service dog, where it was like you asked the question and there was the answer, and it was just like, but you like, it was the answer to the question, like, and by definition of hacking, it's the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Like just tampering with. It's not. We want to say like hacking is like it's got to be specific to a number. You know what I'm saying? Like no, these number of votes.
And Americans, we're so proud. We think we know everything. With all the information we're given, we have our own bias. So
speaking of the numbers, because then I'm wondering, so then is it the number of people affected? Because then how many people on the internet that are not related to Russia are putting out false information? So is that hacking the election?
Exactly.
Or what about Russians?
That's what it's based. That's what it's saying.
So then I'm saying, so then everyone hacked the election then? Everyone that put false information on the internet hacked the election?
No. Like I said, going back to finding some more information. I'll try to send you guys the.
If a Russian supports Trump and he talks on the internet, is that Russian hacking?
No. But when a Russian comes over to the country, starts an organization, a fake organization, okay, giving the organization like different types of names that will basically excite us to want to follow up and try to. We claim to do our own research, but all we do is just follow whatever headlines they feed.
They're looking for pro-Trump people. So it's kind of like a call-up group.
Just putting up just disinformation. There could be some truth to the information, but a majority of it is disinformation. Disinformation after disinformation.
So it's a bunch of hackers looking for pro-Trumpists.
No. Just looking to disrupt the system
through pro-Trumpers.
Any type of way can make it just something just to take something away from
I see it. Do you see it out there? This is a 3-piece and a biscuit. It's been over an hour.
But I'm saying though, it's like people keep saying like where is there like the hacking has been proven, but again you have people saying no, but what's the number of the hacking? You know what I'm saying? So then saying the number is like you have the 12 individuals, and then you say it's even been broken down to the organizations that they had, and you look them up. Like I remember seeing some of these organizations showing up in the feeds, follow this page, things like that, and that's just from the Facebook part about it. You know what I'm saying? Like just on all types of social media. Now again, not a big protest because this is literally nothing that there's any different. Okay, because right now
this has never been done in any of the other.
We do this all of the time. We do this and we call it democracy. Okay, our military goes over, right? Drops pamphlets over, right? We can't get our internet, our radio's blocked out. So what do? We fly over with little pamphlets with whatever type of information. Hey, look it, game plan. Go to the left, or you know what I'm saying? Like this is what's gonna go down. So again, it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? This is a modern way.
Done throughout the years.
Here's the other part about it though too. Russia has the psychological ploy, okay, on this hacking, okay? The South Koreans and the Chinese, I mean, as far as technological information goes, I mean, we're getting raped there too, But again, it's on the surface of there's still people want to think that like are fighting over saying that it was that they really wanted Hillary and that was the Russian thing, where you have a larger group of people just trying to acknowledge the Russia thing, not saying like no, it's not when it's the wrong president is there. Like remember, if half of the people,
the wrong president being
no, not saying anything, not saying that, not being out of that camp, saying we're talking about Russia. We're not saying that the wrong person got, what I'm saying. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, what I'm saying, like we've just been infiltrated.
What Russia did,
you know what I'm saying. We're not saying that the wrong person won or whatever. You know what I'm saying. You have the Democrats saying, that led to this victory, but remember, you have less than half of the population that voted. You know what I'm saying? There's more of the population that did not vote that is saying, no, I want to know about this Russia thing. I didn't vote. I don't give a fuck about you two. I want to know what Russia did, okay? But everyone else is talking out of a red or blue camp, okay? It's saying, no, because you still want Hillary. You can't accept the fact that, and it's like, no, there's a lot of people saying, I want to read about what happened in Russia. I don't give, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care to the extent of the pizza emails and the Podesta ones, because saying like, you know what? I want to like getting to the root of who are the people. Not so much as the message, who did it? You're saying Russia did it. What Russian did it? You
Give
know?
me a face is what you're saying.
Right, yeah, because again, it couldn't come find out that, it was a Russian that was, their parents were Russian, they were born in America, and they went to American schools, and, you know what I'm saying, was dissed by some girl and moved back to Russia, whatever. Again, that's more of the story, and we get, sidetracked on, again, well, what about when Clinton, well, you know what, though? If Clinton had won, I personally believe that there still would have been some pushback, you know what I'm saying? But that's a different discussion. I'm just saying the Russia thing is real. You know what I'm saying? It's real, like really, like.
Yeah, I'm not denying that people.
I'm sure
put
China
out
hacks
false
us every
information.
day, but we don't talk
well,
about it.
what
we
We're
do,
too
though.
busy with Russia.
No.
I think it's just the word hacking is what turns off a lot of people because of people's definition of it. Spreading false information, 1,000% with you. The word hacking, not with you on that. Like it's just. It's just two different definitions that, and it's just my personal definition. I understand. And I'm not saying that they didn't
that's
do
where
it.
the world comes down to. See, it comes down to saying but see, that's my interpretation of the definition.
Yep.
Then it says, well, that's my, that just happens to be my opinion of something. Yeah. So alternative facts has won. There's no way that we can say that, I'm saying that this is blue because now it's not blue. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be Colombian, it might be sky blue, it might be navy. So unfortunately, that's where we are saying I gotcha. Not all the way, though, because, this is how.
And it still could be April Fool's because what we're saying, it could be far from the truth. We really don't know until time tells. And
time
there's
after
some
time.
certain phrase where everything comes to light or the bill comes due. Or
right, but see,
fucking,
the thing is, when it does, you got to be prepared to look into it, though. You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
exactly.
but going back to what you
Be
were saying,
prepared
and
to,
again, not just the Russia thing, but as far as China goes, don't forget, China straight up jacked our plane when it landed over there with Bush. How did we get our plane back? Do you guys remember? We had this $1 billion plane, this stealth motherfucker. We got it back in pieces. Okay, we got it back like a year later. Okay.
Yep.
So again, like you said,
they figured out how to do it, and
again, you can. Hacking, like I said, unfortunately is very, very broad, but we're getting hacked the fuck out of,
Well, like I said before about how other nations think more long-term than us, I think for once, actually, we're kind of, I'm excited to know that this is someone, I'm talking about President Trump here, that he wants to do a lot within this, I keep saying it, this new 6-year time span. And, I think when he's all said and done, all this shit of speculation and rumors, if he puts it out, more to it. And if he doesn't, I'll be the first one to fucking go out there and call it back out. I mean, I don't know if I could say.
But the unfortunate part about it would be, if that is the case, the ride that everybody's been on the whole time. That's the unfortunate part about it. And it happens, it happens.
I personally think that everything will come to light because the world we live in is sick and disgusting. So I think this shit is happening. But
what we're saying
maybe
is
that's
rock
my
the
sick
boat.
mind that wants it to be real. Who knows?
Well, that's a lot
rock
of.
the
No,
boat.
I heard a very.
But we are way past the hour limit. Let us know what you think on this
True.
weird, spooky ass shit. Do you like Trump? Do you not? Is he good for this world? I mean,
Is he
'cause
good
it's
in the
more
hood?
than a nation. Is he good? Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows?
Let us know
I
how
can
you
answer
feel.
that question as a no. I
That's
do
not good
not
in the
think
hood?
the
That's
hood
one
is.
person's answer.
No, I'm speaking for the hood on this one. The hood. I'm speaking for the hood.
Man, let us know how you feel.
Shout out to the PJs.
Let us know how you feel in the
Coast
comments
family.
below. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Hit us up 203-941-0045 with any of your comments, anything like that, man. If you want to tell us about your podcast, you want to listen to our podcast, do whatever you need to do. 203-941-0045. My name is Lil Mattress. Hit me on all social media at Lil Mattress, lilmattress.com, wvpshop.com, whatever.
That's right.
Episode 27, by the way.
Hope you enjoyed. Just a driver. Follow the show. Every time you tip your Uber driver, right? An angel earns his wings.
Michael John and Chedda Mike here. Once again, we appreciate y'all coming out to watch the show or sitting on your toilet seat. Fuck it. Who knows what you're doing? Rolling a blunt, getting a blowjob.
Taking an hour dump.
Whatever you're doing, who knows? But enjoy it. Shout out. We appreciate. Much love. Anything?
If you made it this far, thanks.